Welcome back to another YouTube video. It's your girl here, Krissy Cela, and in today's YouTube video, I'm gonna help you intensify your lower body days. Now, I've just picked lower body, but these methods apply to upper body and any type of strength training that you want to trial. Now, remember, strength training is not just about the way you look. That is probably just like 10% of what strength training is based on. Strength training is about really helping your bone strength, your muscle strength. It helps your movement, your day-to-day activities. So if you're not incorporating it into your training, I encourage you to do so. This whole YouTube channel is based primarily on moving your body, but primarily also on strength training. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video and you find it educational and helpful. And if you do, leave a thumbs up. It goes a long way in supporting my channel and information I provide. And without further ado, let's get into this video. The first way we're going to intensify your lower body days is the complexity of your movement. Now, if you are on the Strong program, on the Toner Sculpt app, you will know how much I absolutely adore and love foundational moves. Compound moves are going to be your best friend when it comes to hypertrophy, strength training, resistance training. So whether you are on day one beginner all the way to expert, you are going to do some form of compound moves in each and every single session. But we can make it even more intensified by changing up its complexity. So for example, let's take a barbell squat. So you can do a barbell squat as a back squat, which is your standard squat. So I'm just gonna come under here, load it up, unrack, walk it out, and we can do a standard squat, which we've gone through 1,000,001 times on this YouTube channel. Knees out, core tight, push down, nice depth, shoot back up. Now that's gonna work pretty much your entire body. But what happens when, let me make it lower, we now decide to do a front squat. So with a front squat, you're gonna be hitting your quads more, your core more. It's gonna feel so much more challenging because you're not used to the movement. A squat is a squat. So whether you're doing a back squat or front squat, it's a squat. But it depends how you do it, and the complexity of it is gonna help you target different areas of your body, and it's going to help you intensify your workout. So when you're performing a front squat, you're gonna be hitting that quad a little bit more. You're gonna hit that core much more. And also, the way you're holding it is gonna place your body in a position that maybe it's not as comfortable as, let's say, a back squat, if that's what you're used to. Keeping on the principle of complexity, another way to really intensify your workouts and adding complex moves is actually unilateral moves. So for example, instead of just doing your standard deadlift, which requires both of your hands to grip a dumbbell and you're working simultaneously, this time I want you to do a single leg deadlift. Adding a complexity will also help with imbalance, it will help with coordination, it will help with core stability. These movements are so important. What tends to happen is, let's say your right leg is more powerful than your left leg. When you're actually moving them at the same time, your right leg might overpower your left. It can cause imbalance and also weakness on the weaker leg. So by doing single leg movements such as unilaterals, it's going to help not only intensify your workouts as you're exerting more energy to complete the rep ranges on each leg, but also is going to help with all the other factors to benefit your workouts and to help you progress in your workouts. So let me show you. This is your standard deadlift. So remember, we've gone through this before, keeping that core tight, hinge hip, back, knees slight bend. You're gonna roll the weight down, lift it back up. So it could mean that my right leg is interfering a little bit more than my left. But if I decide to do a single leg movement by actually placing one leg behind me and focusing just predominantly on the front leg, I'm gonna intensify this movement so much more, as not only do I have to do it twice, which is exerting more energy, but I'm now placing all the focus on that one leg as opposed to both legs. Another way to intensify your workouts is by incorporating supersets or trisets. Supersets and trisets are all really about muscular endurance. So if you think about it, what is muscular endurance? Well, it's a rep range between 12 to 15 reps. It's not necessarily about how much you're lifting, let's say like a power lifter or hypertrophy and progressive overload using weights. It's more about the intensity of what you're lifting. So really you can maybe lift half of the weight, that is your one max rep or what is challenging for you. But because you're doing so many more reps, you're intensifying your workout in a completely different dynamic. So what is a superset? A superset is incorporating 2 exercises, one after the other, with little to no rest. By shortening that rest period, you're yet again intensifying your workouts. By adding that extra volume, you're creating such a challenge for yourself. So for example, you can incorporate a back squat, and let's say you do 10 reps, but then you can throw in a jumping squat in there for about 15 reps. So that is gonna completely intensify your workouts. Plus you're adding a bit of plyo in there, which is gonna help with your stamina and your cardiovascular, which is super important. I cannot stress enough, the older that I get, the more I learn in the gym, which I'm always learning, I'm always messing up, I'm always redoing, so let that be some sort of reassurance to you that you shouldn't have everything figured out. That the more I mature and the more I learn, I realize how important it is to train your body in different dynamics. It's not just about strength training. It's also about mobility, dynamic warm-ups, flexibility. So now I've started to do a bit of yoga on the side. It's not just about doing that flexibility and that strength training. It's about your recovery. It's not only just about recovery, it's about your stamina and also your cardiovascular. So walking has become a staple piece in my everyday life. Now, these are all dynamics that you require and your body requires to move in a sufficient manner. And it's not about your aesthetics, because I promise you, once you get your abs, once you get your glutes, once you get everything else, you're constantly gonna ask yourself, what next? So let this be a reminder that you're on a forever journey, a lifetime journey. So please make it count and promise yourself this, that your body should be nurtured and looked after, because without it, you pretty much don't have much. So please look after yourself. The next way to intensify your workout is TUT, time under tension. But if you are someone that is time deprived, this is not going to be your best friend. So I would rather you focus on muscular endurance and supersetting your workouts. But if you're someone who has the luxury of a little bit more time, then time under tension is going to be your best friend. So what do I mean? Well, this is all about control. This is all about you slowing it down and really controlling your movement. It's going to burn and build that lactic acid all over your body, and it's going to intensify your workout. So for example, let's take a barbell squat. I'm coming here, I'm unloading, unracking, walking over. So you have your standard squat, which would be bracing, going down, coming back up, going down, coming back up. Time under tension could be a number of things. It could be you go down and you pause for about 3 to 4 seconds before elevating back up. Or it could be a really gradual eccentric move where you're going really slowly down, sitting into your squat before projecting back up. So yet again, watch that. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 count before coming back up. Trust me, the weight that seems comfortable when adding time under tension can feel absolutely impossible. The last type of intensity that we're going to be talking about is a drop set. Drop sets are better performed, let's say, on a machine, or if you have a training partner that can help you unload the machine quicker. A drop set is absolutely killer. But there's different varieties and different variations that you can do something like this. A standard method of a drop set is decreasing the weight and increasing the rep. So let's take, for example, the cable machine. I'm doing a stiff leg deadlift. Right now, I'm gonna start with maybe my heaviest weight at 6 reps. Once I've completed 6 reps, I'm going to go into a lighter weight, but this time, do 8 reps. Just like so. Once I've completed my 8 reps, I go back, I decrease the weight yet again, and now I'm doing 10 reps. Just like so. So this, guys, is a lot of volume, a significant amount of volume. So I would either do this maybe during the end of a workout, or I would potentially even do maybe 2, maximum 3 sets of this, because it is a load of weight. But it truly depends on how many exercises you're doing on the day. It truly depends on how much time you have, and it truly depends on how much you want to challenge yourself. Another type of way to do it is the reverse. So instead of decreasing the weight, you increase the weight and you decrease the reps. So you can do it a completely different way. The beauty about training and the beauty about working out is you can trial different methods and different things to intensify and to challenge your body. Remember, your body adapts. Your body adapts to things when you do them over and over again. It's not necessarily about the exercises that you're doing. A squat is a squat. A deadlift is a deadlift. It's how you are doing it. I used to think that I used to come to the gym and do 1,000,001 exercises, completely different things all the time, and I used to wonder why I wasn't progressing. The minute I stripped it back and I focused on my compounds and the methods that I was using to intensify my workouts and to help me progressively overload, I realized that it wasn't necessarily about the exercises, it was about how I was performing the exercises. So I hope you find this video useful. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you actually give something a go. Remember, all my tips are always simplified. We strip them right back down because I, for the life of me, cannot handle too much information all at once. I just want things digestible, simple to apply them. So let me know how you found this video, and let me know which methods you're gonna apply. Make sure you download the Toner Sculpt app, which is linked in my description box, for your 14-day free trial, and please go and trial the Strong program. You're absolutely gonna love it. There's a reason why millions of workouts have been completed on the Strong program. I love you always and forever, and I'm so proud of you for even being here, learning, and also evolving with me. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.